What's up guys, this is Cage Unlimited. Today I have another video for you guys, and today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts and kind of like quick impressions of the newest chapter of My Hero Academia, which is chapter 280. I'm going to be trying to make this kind of a regular thing with whatever chapters I read on a weekly basis. I thought I read them anyways, why not just give my thoughts and impressions on my channel, and maybe it can turn into a bigger thing as we go on. But yeah, I just want to try doing it and see if this format of videos works. So yeah, expect kind of like these shorter videos just talking about my thoughts on these chapters. So yeah, let's get right into it without wasting too much more time. Right now we're in a very interesting arc with My Hero Academia, which is kind of this almost final battle feeling arc. A lot of people like think this is the final arc, which it really isn't. To me, it doesn't really feel too much like that. But we're kind of getting to the climax of this arc, I think. So pretty much a quick recap of what happened in this chapter is that for a few chapters we've been kind of looking at some of the students of 1A and 1B trying their best to stop Gigantomachia from getting to Shigaraki. And pretty much the one who's been in charge of doing this right now is Yaoyorozu, and the plan she came up with was to try to sedate Gigantomachia. So she made a lot of sedatives for someone to try to just get it into his mouth so that he would fall asleep. And we kind of see from last chapter a lot of students trying to get it in his mouth, and they just can't do it because Dabi created the forest fire and Gigantomachia kind of pushed everyone away. And we ended last chapter with Mina about to throw it into his mouth to try to kind of get that final kill. And we see in this chapter that right when she's about to do it, she kind of gets hit with some PTS and realizes that Gigantomachia is the man who was in Kirishima's flashback a while ago, which is a person who asked Mina for some directions. She lied, pointed him towards the police station, and then you see her break down and kind of be, kind of like realize how scary of a situation that was. After that, we see Kirishima comes in clutch, grabs her sedative and throws it into his mouth, kind of faking out first with his, I think, first. That gets broken by Toga, and then he throws hers and gets it in. And that was an awesome moment, and we kind of see that happen. And then shortly after, it cuts back to Midoriya, Bakugo, and Endeavor facing off Shigaraki, where Shigaraki kind of almost looks like he's transforming. We kind of see him hunched over, talking about his dad, and you see his back kind of cracking up. So that was a cool way to end the chapter, and I'm really glad they're actually going back to that side of the story. I think Horikoshi's been doing a really great job this arc, kind of like pacing the different parts of the story between the hospital, the city, and the mansion. Those are kind of the three main parts that we see everyone kind of split up into, and he's been kind of switching to the different teams every 3-4 chapters, and I think that's been a pretty good pace. Whenever I feel like I'm getting kind of tired of a certain group, that's when he pretty much changes to the next group, and I'm like, okay, cool, a change of pace, I like this. At this point, I think we're getting to the climax. I don't think we're going to be getting too much switching from this point on. There might be a few more switches, but I think at this point we're going to see like what's going to be happening. Like, is Shigaraki going to kind of, run out of juice and he's going to want to escape with the rest of the League of Villains, or is he going to try to finish this fight here? I personally think that he's just going to run out of juice very soon. It seems like he's going to do some kind of like final ditch effort to try to get out of the situation, because, he's quirkless and he's still holding a really good fight against Bakugo, Midoriya, and Endeavor. So because he was kind of brought back with the 75% completion rate from the tank he was in, I feel like that's going to be brought back next chapter and the next few chapters, showing that because he's not complete, he's going to have to go back into hiding or something to fully recover, because, he has gotten beat up quite a bit and he can't really use his regeneration right now. Another thing I want to mention, which I forgot to mention, is that it's kind of cool seeing that Gigantomachia is actually going serious now. This entire time where all the students and Mount Lady were trying to kind of, stop him or slow him down or get the sedative in his mouth, he actually hasn't been trying to kind of like oppose them at all. He's just been trying to get to Shigaraki. That was his only goal. But in this chapter we see that he's kind of done with that. He's like, if I want to get to Shigaraki, what I'm gonna have to do is kind of get rid of all these pests or all of these gnats, as he says. And then you actually see him get serious and fight back, yeet Mountain Lady off to the side, and he's actually gonna be ready to fight. So it's kind of a scary situation, and I think that's one of the reasons also why Mina kind of got really scared, because not only did she remember that Gigantomachia was that man from the flashback, but he's actually getting serious to fight now. And we kind of see his jaw kind of transform, like weirdly, like the middle part of it raises up. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's probably a face shield, but we'll probably see more of it sometime in the future. So I actually really like that detail, because at this point a lot of people thought Gigantomachia, he's known to be like this bodyguard of All For One, and he's been the bodyguard for a while, but he kind of seemed like a mindless just a dumb, strong person. But now that we see that, you know, when he's actually serious about doing something, he will do it, and he's actually thinking in this situation and knows that to get to Shigaraki, I'm gonna have to get rid of everyone here. So I can't really wait to see how everyone gets out of that, because I don't really think anyone there is enough to stop Gigantomachia right now. None of the 1A, 1B students, or even Mount Late or anyone else that's there right now. Yeah, overall, I really like this chapter. I liked it a lot more than the past 3 or 4 chapters where we first got into this situation with Gigantomachia, because, you know, we were like in the middle of that fight with Shigaraki, and it was kind of really ramping up, like almost to a climax, and then it kind of cut over to here, which was, it's still, you know, climactic in a way, but it is a bit less serious than, you know, the Shigaraki fight. So I'm kind of really glad that we're getting back to the Shigaraki fight, and this one has at least kind of for now been resolved. We still don't know if the sedative is actually going to work on him. I've seen some people saying that it's probably not going to work on him, because if you didn't know, the way sedatives work is that you got to really make it for someone based on their size. And as we know, Gigantomachia can change sizes. We saw how small he was in the flashback, where he was like maybe like 3 times taller than Mina, and now he's like 80 feet tall. People are theorizing is, now that he's getting serious, he may just get bigger, and because he's bigger, the sedative won't affect him and he won't fall asleep and he'll keep fighting, which I think is a real possibility. Yeah, so like I said, overall, really like this chapter. Can't wait for the next one. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the chapter down below, and I'll see you next time.